running a 2-week yoga and fitness challenge online, and we have a support group in Facebook where we're sharing about our experiences. And one woman commented today, I had a really rough time getting to my practice. It's just, not something I was looking forward to, thinking I'm not good enough. But then I did it and I felt so much better. And, Lori even talked to, she came in here, man, there was for 3 hours, I had to continuously encourage myself. It's amazing what the mind will come up with to distract us from showing up for something that we really know truly serves so many facets of our being. And so today I really want to hone in on that, the thought that we sometimes have of not being good enough. And how that will truly stop us, put a halt on us showing up fully and completely in our lives. Because the truth of the matter is that you are good enough. Beyond any definition of good enough, beyond that is who we be. Let's go ahead and take our seat. You can inner spiral the thighs. Inner thigh moves back, sit bone moves back and wide. But where we can get caught up is when we tend to compare ourselves to other people. And other people have been gifted with gifts that, maybe aren't our best thing. But absolutely, positively, we've been gifted with something that's so special to bring the world. That if we could cultivate that and remember that, we would be the light that we were designed to be. So thank you for being here. Place your hands in your lap. Close your eyes. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. To be able to move pain-free, to be able to move with freedom in our body, it's a gift. And in order to really receive this gift, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to move our bodies. Move it or lose it. As we move today, would you move, gifting yourself full permission that you move the way you should be moving today? It doesn't and shouldn't look like the way I move. I can give you a template, but the flavor and the architecture of what you bring is going to be unique to you. Please bring that forth today. The uniqueness of you. As you exhale, let the sits bones become a little heavier. Let them settle into the earth. Yeah, that feels nice. And as you inhale, keeping that settled quality about you. Inhale and lift up with buoyancy through your spine. Keep lifting through the crown of the head and continue to breathe in deep and out long as you wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a warm embrace. And as you do, silently repeat to yourself, I'm so sorry for comparing you to other magnificent beings. And in doing so, lost the remembrance of how truly magnificent you be. Because you, precious, precious you, are magnificent beyond definition. Because you, sweet, precious you, are beyond good enough. Beyond good enough, you be. Not because you move a certain way, not because you have a certain amount of money in your bank account. These reasons are countless, really, of what we'll grasp on to be good enough. But you, precious you, you're good enough because there is a light within you that is that holds the radiance of divine sparkle. And today, beautiful you, I'll remind you of that countless times if need be. You're beyond good enough. I honor you. I bless you. Thank you. I love you. You can rest your hands palmed up in your lap now and sit for a few breaths, quietly receiving your blessing. Just the sheer fact that you're alive, that you're here on planet Earth with a body right now is evidence that you're good enough. Saying yes to that, stretch your arms overhead as you inhale. Exhale, release the arms to your side like you're swimming through universes and beyond. A few rounds like that. One more time. Feel the deliciousness of your arms in space. As you exhale, come to all fours. Ground the hands, push the hips back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press all 10 finger pads into the floor and feel the presence. Supportive in the arms. Pull that support up from your grounded finger pads all the way up through your elbows into your shoulders, and then draw that support into the back side of your heart. Keep breathing and extend your hips way back. Lift the muscles up from your feet now. Pull all the way up and into your pelvis, and you can keep drawing that embrace up to meet the embrace of the arms, and that'll meet right in the heart space. That embrace from fingers, from toes, drawing up the body like a warm, accepting hug. Feel and receive your embrace here in down dog. And then keeping that from your heart, reach, extend out through the bones of your arms into your hands. From the heart, reach way back through each vertebra past the sits bones. Keep extending down through the legs into your heels. Muscles drawing up. The line of extensions through the bones is reaching out. Inhale, plank. Exhale, doggy dog. Let's do that a few times. As you take the hips back into down dog, keep lifting the undersides of your arms up. So there's a resisting tone in the underside of your arms that keeps you from collapsing in the arm bones. From down dog, go ahead and walk the dog now, sending some of that loving attention down into your arches, into the Achilles tendons, into your calves. Inhale, come forward into plank. Bending your elbows slowly, make your way to the floor. Let's come into a left thigh stretch. Bending your right leg, a right thigh stretch. Bending your right leg. Spread the toes. And from your feet, pull the muscles up the legs into the pelvis. So keep the tone in the legs now, but from the central core of your pelvis, stretch back through the bones of your legs. So your legs feel like they're getting longer behind you, but the muscular embrace is still there. Now stretch your belly forward, stretch your heart forward. Keep reaching your legs back and feel the balance shining bright. The shining bright balance reaching out through your body. Let's go ahead and do the other side. I think this time of year could tend to be a place of comparison for a lot of people. Like, people are spending money. There's so much advertisement on trying to sell us things that we should have to be happy, to look good, to fit in, to blah, 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 blah. Give yourself the gift of your breath. Slowly release and push back into child's pose. What if we were to give ourselves the gift of unconditional love? The gift of sitting with ourselves quietly just a couple minutes a day, more if you've got it. But a couple minutes a day reminding ourselves that we are loved, that we are cherished, that we are a gift. Reach the hands to the right. That should feel good in the back body, Jill. Nice. Go ahead and take it to the left. Come on back to center. Coming through middle, cat-cow. A lot of us in this room have been very, very active this week. So we're taking a few minutes to move with breath, to stretch the body out, to breathe away the stickiness, and to open to the suppleness. Come into a neutral spine, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bring the left knee to your heart, three-legged dog, three-legged plank, From the pelvis in three-legged plank, reach through the back heel. So the back leg is anchoring you, it's supporting you as the left knee moves forward. We're going to do that a few times. Inhale, three-legged dog. You can bend your right knee here. Exhale, three-legged plank, bending your left knee. The right leg will become straight and long. 2 more times. Keep your floating ribs in this down dog. The lowest ribs in your front body, keep those pressed back towards the back body and feel the tummy supporting you as you do. Let's hold three-legged dog. Tune into the ribs. Now that the core is supportive, hug the outer hips in, hug your left glute into the midline. Squeeze from the left knees all the way into the left hip. And as you activate the quad muscle, your left leg comes straighter. Step the left leg through into a low lunge. Inhale, stretch the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the floor. We're gonna do that same sequence, side 2. Left leg back, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, three-legged plank. Hold that for just a moment. And then inhale, glide it on up and back. Squeeze the glutes. Good. Exhale, drive it through. Reach long through that back heel. So as you come through into your three-legged plank, come on, ladies, lift the knee up towards the heart space. Lift your right heel up towards your right hamstrings. Draw that in completely. Inhale, and then open it up. Exhale, three-legged plank. Come on, drive the knee through. Lift your right heel up towards your hammies. Three-legged dog, hold it. And step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, touch the floor. Step the back leg forward, coming into forward fold. And here we go. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, down. We're gonna take a little pulsing movement to warm up through the back of the legs, the hamstrings. Good, keep going. The way that you fold, the tempo of your fold is gonna be unique to you. So although I'll lead you through a certain tempo or pace, that doesn't mean that that's the pace that's right for you in that particular exercise or on this particular day. Keep your feet grounded and heavy as you come standing. Everybody in the room is doing a really good job of keeping the low back long as they fold. So you can bend your knees pretty darn deep if you're sticky in the hamstrings, tight in the back of the legs. With the knees bent, you can actually get a longer low back. So know that it's okay to bend the knees as deeply as you need to get long in your low back. Another 4. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart. We're gonna take side lunge, side to side. Here we go. So getting a nice stretch through the inner groins and the hip flexor area. Awesome. The outer leg bends. The leg that's attached to the foot that's on your yoga mat stays straight. So you'll start in the yoga mat, step out, come back to your mat, step out. Unless you're in a circular room with a lot of people, then you might not be actually stepping on your mat. But at home, that's a possibility for you. Using your mat is that reference to come back to center too. Couple more each side. Nicely done, one more. Good, we're gonna take it into jacks. I'm gonna incorporate the hamstrings with this as well. It looks like this. We're gonna keep the legs out, but curl and curl. So as we curl the heel to the glute, we're contracting the hamstring. We're gonna be working in the lower body, so we're gonna bring some nice warmth to the lower body before we start to up the juice there. Keep those shoulders relaxed. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Gotta come to 2 feet. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, fold. Let's go ahead and take a stretch. Fingertips to the floor. Relax the crown of the head towards the floor. And be breathed. With the head relaxed heavily towards the floor. So you want to bend the knees deep enough that your finger pads touch. So the hands should not be dangling off the floor. That'll put a lot of extra, this will just put a lot of extra tension in the low back. So you'll bend the knees so that the finger pads can touch like kickstands. But feel the difference here. Press your hands flat and feel the quality of your heart space. Feel the quality of your breath. And now come up onto your finger pads and tune into that as well. The quality of your heart space and your breath. For me, it feels most free and open on my finger pads. And today, aligning with our intention of aligning to our brightest selves. You can choose that option that works for you, because what works for me might not work for you. But I'm here to just guide you through different universes of possibilities. Lift the belly, ground through the legs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down and up. Exhale, down, inhale, up. Good, start to feel the heat building in the legs. Last 2 and 1. Come on, standing. Exhale, hands to hips. We're gonna stand steadily on the left leg and we're gonna swing the right leg back and forward like a pendulum. If you need to hold yourself up on the side of a couch at home or the lattice here on the sides of the wall, feel free to do so. Nice, staying steadily through that supporting leg. Just check that you're not hyperextending that knee. In 4, 3, 2, 1, coming to 2 feet. Hips and shoulders square to the front of the space you're in. And then go ahead and switch sides. One side will probably be a little easier than the other. So it's interesting. I'm here, to guide you and to lead you into the best way that I know works for me. I've been active in my body since I was a little kid, doing gymnastics daily from like the age of 10 on. But what works best for me might not necessarily work best for you. Come to 2 feet. However, what can tend to happen is we get caught up on boxes of familiarity. Like we do something a certain way and it becomes familiar to us. So when we start to shift or refine or shift alignment, it feels different, and we can translate that different as into kind of a ugh. So I want to invite you to get sensitive to that in your day-to-day life. Let's go ahead and jack. We're going to add a front knee with the jack. Would we be willing to expand out of boxes of familiarity that possibly really aren't serving us to be the brightest, most unique person we can be, and get uncomfortable a little bit and explore. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing on your left leg. Take your, right leg up into tree pose. So once you find your center, wah, wah, which you might have to come back to time and time again. Here in this place, with your hands at your heart, remind yourself that you are good enough. Beyond the definition of good enough, that's who you be. And then from that place of centeredness, go ahead and just move in a way that's just creative and unique to you. Oh yeah, the leg that's up, take it behind you, single leg kickstand, and we're gonna pulse it low, pulse it low. So ground into the heel of your back foot. So your back foot is flat on the floor. You probably can't see it with my long rainbows over top, but the back foot is heavy. The front foot's like a kickstand, and it's just the toes hanging out there to help you balance. And find that pulse on the bottom, where you're not up here, but you're down low. And move your hips back enough so that you don't have a whole lot of flexion in your left ankle. If you're way here though, energetically, that left ankle is gonna be like taking a big old beating. So take it back, last 8, I didn't forget. 4, 3, 2, come on up, 2 feet. Exhale, fold, inhale, look up. Create some fluidity here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up, fingertips are on the floor. Exhale, fold, inhale, rise up. Take your right leg into a standing thigh stretch. Spread the toes behind you. Hug the legs towards each other. They don't have to like in together, but there is this loving embrace that brings them towards each other. With your opposite hand on your hip now, lift your heart and go ahead and take it into a dancer stretch. Spread the toes. And if you're creating your own pose from this, that's okay. Ground down through the supporting leg. Stretch your top foot away from your butt. Kick it up, 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 up. Inhale, lift the heart. Come on back to 2 feet. Tree pose, side 2. So there was another woman in this challenge who's maybe brand new to yoga, I'm not sure. But one of the workouts that I shared with them the other day was cardio and standing balancing yoga infused as one. So she made this hilarious picture, like not a photograph, but kind of a graphic design type of thing, kind of cartoony, of her in her living room doing like something like so wild, you know, and she's like, I'm inventing my own yoga poses, but I love it, she said. But I love it. I'm not perfect, good enough. I'm who I be and I love it. Play in that world. But I'm exploring, I'm trying new things, I'm showing up, and it feels so good. The top leg now becomes the back leg, and we pulse it. So I want you to hone into the flexion of your left ankle joint. And it shouldn't be flexing. The hinge of that joint should not be taking a beating in this pose. Good, lift the torso just a little bit, Trish. Yes, good. So we're not totally down here on our quads. The heart space is lifted, but there definitely is a hinge there. Yeah, feel the burn, smile into that burn. A burn that you can feel because you have a body. Oh my God, how blessed are we? Come standing right into a thigh stretch. You know, a lot of us have been trained to feel that burn as like I don't like it, you know? Or the sweating, oh, I just don't like the sweat. But what if we could start to redefine some of these belief systems that we have in place? What if we could start to undefine them? Expressing the freedom of who you be, even if it looks like a drunken dancer. Go ahead and rise on up. Kick your back leg generously yet slowly away from your bootie. Tune into the breath. Your breath is your best friend here. Staying close to the breath, come on out. 2 feet. Go ahead and open up your feet as wide as your sticky mat will let you go. Bend the knees, form to thighs. And then come on down to squat pose, hands to heart. Sitting with the best friend of the breath, breathe in and out. Ground into the heels. Tone the inner thighs by pressing the knees into the elbows. Inhale, lift the heart, keep breathing. Take the hands to the floor, straighten the legs, turn the feet parallel. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step the hands forward, step the legs back. Go ahead and walk the doggy. Sending some of your generous blessings down into your feet again and calves. Thank you for all the countless ways you've supported me that have gone overlooked. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Come to your knees, child's pose, point the toes, settle the hips back. A few breaths, still breaths, turning delightfully into the uniqueness of you. Beautiful.